I am filming this using the EMEET SmartCam 4K camera. This is what it looks like. Let's go ahead and run through a bunch of tests. Right now I've got three lights on me. I've got a key light up here, blue light over here, and a purple light over here. Let's turn off the key light. So now this is a really low light environment. I've got this blue light up here. You can see it glowing. Looks pretty cool actually. And then the purple light way over there. Let's go ahead and turn those off as well. All right, so now I have no lights at all. It is the middle of the day, but I've got some blackout curtains, so not really any light coming through there. I've got a door open, so a little bit of light, but almost all of this light is just from the computer screens and monitors. So this is kind of what you could expect in a dark environment and how this camera adjusts. Let me go ahead and turn on the lights overhead. All right, so I've got the overhead lights on right now. This is kind of the setup that most people would have. You're just in a bedroom with some lights on overhead. This is what it's going to look like. This is going to be the quality more or less. Let me go back to my original lighting setup now. This webcam was sent to me so I can make this video and test it out. For that reason, I'm not really going to comment my opinion too much on it, but this is the actual footage from the camera so you can decide for yourself if you like it or not. I do want to point out that I am talking into an XLR mic right here, but let's go ahead and switch over to the mic on the camera so you can hear what that is like. Okay, so now the audio you hear is coming from the EMEET camera itself. It's about 3 feet away from me, so it's definitely going to sound different than an XLR mic right in my face. But this is what it sounds like. Again, this is the mic. Let me switch back to my XLR mic. I'll hold up a random product so you can see what autofocus is like. This is a wind meter or a anemometer, I think is what you call it. But if I hold it close to the screen, you can see it does do autofocus. And in fact, it looks like it's autofocusing pretty quick. So it's doing a good job there. Let's try with some text. So here I'll hold up some text and you can see it does take a while to adjust the color, but once it focuses in, it's some pretty good clarity. Let me see how close I can go. So I'm about 3 inches away, about 2 inches here. Okay, so it does look like about 3 inches is the extent of the autofocus. I don't think you'll be filming many things closer than that. And lastly, let me switch over to the software so you can see what the software is like. Here's what the software is like. You can use the software to do firmware upgrades. You can flip horizontally, ooh, or vertically, ooh. It's got some different metering modes depending on what you want to meter. I just do the face metering. You also have a general autofocus like this or a face autofocus. I always do videos like this, so I just leave it on face autofocus. But you can also manually focus if you want. So let's try that out and you can see I can manually adjust the focus. So if it is struggling for some reason to autofocus, you could always manually do it. And then of course there is a zoom level, so I could zoom out all the way. This is as wide as it gets, and then I could zoom in all the way. This is as close up as it gets, but I like to stay kind of, you know, in the middle a little bit like this. And then for the video settings, we can turn HDR on or off. This is going to be most useful like if you're talking in front of a window or something like that and you have different exposures for a room like this. It really isn't going to do a whole lot. You've got different modes. Here's the portrait mode. Whoa, I'll just stick with standard. You got the anti-flicker here, and then a bunch of other things that realistically most people are never going to use. I hope this video helped. This is what the webcam is like. I usually don't film videos using a webcam, but you know what? This is a webcam video, so here you go. This is what it's like.